This is part 2 of my recap of day 1 of Lindsay Clancy's trial in connection with the murder of her 3 children. After lunch, her ex-husband Patrick Clancy continued on the stand. He actually testified that Lindsay went to the emergency department at Massachusetts General Hospital on December 31st, 2022 because she was continuing to express having thoughts. He said, quote, "I was exhausted. I said, I think it's just time to go to McLean." He said at that point the family still did not have a diagnosis and hoped that McLean would be able to evaluate Lindsay and determine the best path forward for her. Massachusetts General Hospital ended up transferring Lindsay to McLean Hospital around 3 o'clock in the morning on January 1st, 2023, according to him. While visiting her there, he said Lindsay described her experience as though she was not receiving much treatment. He explained that because she was admitted over a weekend and a holiday, she did not meet with a doctor until several days later. During that time, he said that she spent her days coloring, playing with clay, and going on walks. Patrick ended up testifying as well that he was unaware that Lindsay had been offered daily individual therapy, participated in multiple group therapy sessions, and requested to be discharged from the facility early. On the stand, Patrick became emotional while describing his 3 children. He told jurors that his 5-year-old Cora loved princesses, had many friends, and enjoyed caring for others. He described his 3-year-old Dawson as a child who loved firefighters, trucks, and Paw Patrol. Their youngest child, 8-month-old Callan, was described as just a happy baby. Prosecutors ended up showing jurors photos of the 3 siblings cuddled together on a couch in pajamas. Patrick Clancy testified that after Lindsay was discharged from McLean Hospital on January 5th, 2023, he checked in on her every day leading up to the deaths of their children. He said that Lindsay attended Cora's birthday party on January 7th, and in the weeks that followed, he regularly asked about her mood, sleep, and whether she was still experiencing those dark thoughts. Patrick testified that Lindsay told him that she was no longer having those thoughts and never told him she was having thoughts of harming their children moving forward. And remember, earlier this morning, he testified that about 2 months prior, she was having those thoughts and she was confiding in him about that. Patrick told jurors that by January 2023, he felt hopeful after several family outings. He described trips to a science museum, a restaurant, and an indoor water park in Hyannis, saying Lindsay appeared more engaged and more like herself again. At the museum, he said Lindsay interacted with the children and showed them how exhibits worked. At the Charlie Horse restaurant, which she described as a family-oriented place with games, he said her demeanor was really good. During the water park trip, Patrick testified that Lindsay appeared well enough that he felt comfortable leaving her with their infant son Callan, while he took the 2 other children into the pool area to swim. He said, quote, "She was more active and she was able to partake in more things." Patrick also recalled the final day before the killings, saying Lindsay spent time with the children, played with them, built a snowman, and completed art projects while he worked in the basement. Earlier that day, Lindsay took Cora to a doctor's appointment, and Patrick testified he texted her a photo of Dawson after the 3-year-old dressed himself completely for the first time. He said that after Lindsay returned home from the doctor's appointment, she continued spending time with the children and appeared to be in a good mood. He said, quote, "She was having one of her best days." Patrick said that Lindsay did not tell him that she was experiencing these dark thoughts, and for the first time he thought that things were finally getting back to normal. Judge William Sullivan ended proceedings shortly after 3 o'clock this afternoon. Patrick Clancy was still on the stand testifying, and he will continue testifying not on Tuesday, but on Wednesday. They're going to not have court tomorrow. Make sure you're following me to stay up to date on the latest when it comes to this case. Let me know what you guys are thinking about all of this in the comments.